Right now, police here in Connecticut are working to prevent some of the racially charged situations that we have seen in so many communities across the nation in recent months. They're getting training on how to prevent racial bias in policing. It is a topic a whole lot of people are talking about right now. News 8's Ken Pierce live in the New Haven newsroom with the latest on the techniques that they are trying to implement to keep the police impartial. Ken.
And Keith, as you know, just this past weekend, we marked 50 years since police in Selma, Alabama attacked a peaceful civil rights protest. Well, we all know we've come a long way since then, but recent events continue to prove that when it comes to relations between police and the African-American community, there is still room for improvement.
The world is watching our city.
It happened again. Another unarmed African-American killed by police, causing protests and vigils. This time it's Madison, Wisconsin, but it's happening in too many places.
We have a problem. There is far too much distrust between members of minority communities and law enforcement.
Fixing that is the goal of this training going on in Hamden. 6 different departments learning from members of the Justice Department's Community Relations Service.
Training our officers to understand that they may have subconscious biases that come to the surface at times without them even knowing it.
The Department of Justice had to move in when those biases became too toxic in East Haven. The biases are dangerous to the public, as we've seen in a string of deaths of unarmed minorities, but the distrust of law enforcement also turned deadly for 2 New York City police officers assassinated in their squad car. There are plenty of examples to talk about, but there is one that tore apart a community unlike any other, and that's what happened last year in Ferguson, Missouri. One of the Community Relations Service people who are here speaking to police in Hamden was actually on the ground in Ferguson.
There were different stories going around.
Azika Jennings walked officers through the events that added to the outrage over the death of Michael Brown.
Part of the triggering of the community outrage was not just the shooting. It was that this body stayed on the ground for 4.5 hours.
We need to train police officers better. We need to train them in all of our certification topics, firearms training, legal update, and so forth, but human relations topics as well.
Now, that session is going on all day today. There will be 2 more all-day sessions next week. All told, some 300 officers are expected to go through that training. Live in the New Haven newsroom, I'm Kent Pierce. Keith, back to you.